What's up, my brother? Welcome to Trust Me Bro Fantasy Football. How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, just woke up. Yeah, watching that 10-7 snoozer. Yeah, almost
Yeah.
hit the sack.
That was terrible, man. I did look it up. It was 2007. Lowest scoring Monday Night Football game was 0-3.
Ooh, 0-3. Jeez,
Yeah, it
man.
was like Pittsburgh and somebody, man. What a
Hmm.
snoozer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were on track for this one too, man.
Hmm. Yeah, man. We're just seeing some bad football on these off games, man. Think there was what that was last Thursday night, wasn't it? There was another 10-7 game, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. These Thursday night, Monday night games. Yeah,
Hmm.
I just don't think they want to play, man. You get later in the season too,
Yeah.
like especially those Thursday nights. Like when you turn around from Sunday to Thursday, you got to practice real quick, and you
Hmm.
don't get a day or two to recover. And the season's wearing on you. I
Yeah.
understand why those are. This one, I don't know, man.
Hmm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it was two pretty good defenses, but I thought those offenses were better
Yeah,
than that.
exactly. It's not like these defenses are, world beaters. Like it's not like
Yeah.
they've been just complete shutdown defenses so far this season, like the Texans or I can't even think of any other examples right off the top of my head. But yeah, they haven't been, crazy good this season. So
Yep.
yeah, well,
Yep.
and so, like we were saying via text earlier tonight, Craig, I think that this is a trend that we've noticed over the years, that as we get to this doldrums or worn down part of the season, we're going to see a few more of these snoozers come about, like you said, especially on Thursday nights. And so, you
Yep.
use that as your guide, Craig. If you're debating between two players and they're about equal, and one of them has a noon game on a Sunday, or maybe a 3:30 game on a Sunday, on the West Coast or something like that, versus somebody on a Thursday night football game, then lean make that your tiebreaker. Lean towards the
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon game, because I think because those games that we saw yesterday in the late afternoon, that started at 3:30 or so, West Coast teams with Seattle and the 49ers and Rams and all that. I think those were actually some pretty dynamite games, man. We saw some
Hmm.
good scoring from a lot of those fantasy players. So
Yeah.
yeah, those are good opportunities for your guys to go off, and so that's where you want to hit about this time of season,
Yeah.
to get
No,
those
I agree with
points.
that, brother. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't stay away from a Sunday night
Hmm.
game. Maybe not a Monday night game, but yeah, definitely a Thursday. Like
Yeah.
if you're debating about playing somebody on a Thursday or
Hmm.
Sunday at noon or three, definitely go that noon or three.
Yeah.
I agree.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's a good thing to look at. You ever watched the Eli and Peyton broadcast?
I'm aware of it, but I've never tuned in. No.
Yeah, I was watching that tonight.
Yeah.
It's different.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
it's different.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know.
those guys just do the Monday Night Football, but it's just an alternative instead of listening to Pouty Troy, right?
Yep, exactly. You probably would appreciate that, man. I'd
Yeah.
pop over and watch Peyton and Eli next time.
Hmm. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll take a
Yeah.
look. But my opportunity for
Oh,
without
that's right.
a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
ESPN access is ABC with my antenna in the attic. So
Gotcha.
that's what
Yeah,
I
that's
got.
true.
You know.
All right. Well, never mind.
Yeah, yeah. But if I ever have the opportunity, if I'm in a hotel room some night or something, yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So how'd you do on your
Cool.
your leagues, brother?
Yeah, man. I was 3-1.
Hmm.
Um, that one league I'm snake bit in. I
Yeah.
lost by like 4 points.
Oh,
And if Jackson Dart didn't go out with a headache,
yeah,
um, good chance he picks up those extra 4 points for me.
yeah.
I was stuck with starting that Crosby Merritt guy, man. I'm so done with that guy.
Right.
Uh,
Yep.
I literally cannot. There's not anything else on the waiver wire. Like
Hmm.
people are hoarding running backs in that. So that's just stuck like Chuck. It just kind of is what it is, man. I'm just trying to not be on
Yeah.
the bottom on that one, but the other two, one of them puts me squarely in first place.
Nice.
Uh, then that one team that I've been waiting to come around finally came around. Man, I almost had 200 points on that one.
Wow.
And then Um, what else? And the other one, I think I'm in first place as well. So
Great.
doing good in a few leagues, but that one league, I just don't. Ain't my year.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you,
Maybe
brother.
next year.
Yep.
Yep. How
Yeah.
about you? How'd you do?
It was an off weekend for me. Most of our, our Trust Me Bro fantasy footballs. I'm sitting in your seat, going 3-1, but this weekend opposite. Lost three, won one, and
Yeah.
so the one that I did win in our 10 yards puts me at 5-5 on the season, and I won that by less than 2 points. And so, man,
Hey,
it was a close
win's a
one.
win, baby.
Yep,
We'll
win's a
take it.
win. I needed that, brother. If I would have gone to
Yeah.
4-6, making those playoffs would be, I mean, it would need a miracle. I need to win out, and so I
Yeah.
still may need to win out, in order to because there's only 6 teams out of 12 that make the playoffs. So anyway, yeah, I can't afford any slip ups. So
Yeah.
yep.
I'm trying to go for a four-peat in that one, brother.
Yeah,
So
dude. Yeah. All
see if we
right.
can make it happen.
Yeah, you probably will,
Yep.
man. Because it used to be you and I neck and neck for who has the most wins. But I think you've long since passed me. I think I only got like maybe 4 wins. I think you got about 8. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm 7 or 8 on that one. So
Yep. Nice.
yep.
Well, good.
Well, cool.
Yep.
Well, some good
So.
football this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Some we had some teams on by, and then we had some guys out. So what are
Yeah.
we looking like on the waiver wire? Let's take a look.
Yeah. Let's see what we got, my brother. Let's start off like we normally do with some of these quarterbacks. First guy I've got on here is Brisket. He's player for the Cardinals. He looks about the same. He very similar to the Raiders guy. Anyway,
Oh, Geno Smith.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gino.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yep,
has a similar playing style and all that. So, but I mean,
yeah.
he's been. I mean, look at these numbers. He's been
I
getting
know.
you in
Look
the
at that.
high 20s. Low 30s. So he's been delivering and with I don't know why I'm not thinking of names tonight, but their starter, he's out, I think, on IR now. So I think he's guaranteed to miss at least 3 more games because they put him on IR
Yeah,
before this weekend. And so anyway, 3 more games out of him. I should have scrolled down a little bit better, but San Francisco up next, and so yeah. Anyway, if he can just keep doing what he's doing, high 20s, you know.
yep. Completely agree, man.
Yep.
I'll take high 20s out of my quarterback all day long. So,
Yep.
yeah, I agree with this one. Nothing was exciting about Arizona at the beginning of this year, but
Mm-hmm.
not like there's a whole lot exciting about him. But he's still got some good weapons. With they're tied in there, and then they got
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Jr.'s coming around a little bit. So,
That's right.
yeah, he's making it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
like this. We can call on this one.
Yeah. Looking
Yeah,
good.
I would use a waiver wire pick on this guy if you need it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
he's guaranteed to get you 3 more games, and so this is a good one. All
yep,
right, and he's only what 20% owned, so he's out there in 80% of the leagues. So he's out there for the taking, brother.
yep. Go get you some brisket.
Yep. Next up is Falco for
Yeah,
the Bengals. You know, he just came off a bye, so a lot of people might have forgotten about him. He's out there in 52% of the leagues, so just about half the leagues he's available. So he's got Pittsburgh coming up, which he had a really good game against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, the Old Man Bowl, and they're going to do a rematch this time in Pittsburgh. But other than that, he's got 2 games against the Ravens, revenge games for him. And so
yeah.
Ravens defense has been slippery this season, so
True.
this guy could get you some good points.
Yeah, I've been riding the Falco train for a little bit here, man, and it's treated me very well.
Yep.
Missed him this week, but actually I didn't miss him that much. If I would have had him, it probably would have broke that 200 mark. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, hopefully they just keep on riding on this. I don't know when Burrow's set to come back, but I sure could use Falco through the playoffs if he's
Yeah.
playing like this.
And so to speculate, Craig, I did see a report today that Joe's hopefully trying to get back by Thanksgiving, and so I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean Thanksgiving's sneaking up on us, man. This
Yeah,
league or this year has been going by lightning fast. I mean we're already through 10 weeks of football, so we only got 8 more weeks of regular season football, and then on to the playoffs. And so this is going by rapidly. So
yep,
anyway, Thanksgiving will be here before I know it. Before you know it, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, absolutely.
But Joe should get you by for another 3 weeks. So.
Yeah,
All right. Next up, we got Mac Jones, and so he's just been delivering, man. I mean, look at that game against the Rams, which was a really tough defense. He fought and 319 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he's doing well, I think. There's been some whispers about Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, coming back, but I've heard that all season. They always
I
say,
feel
oh
like that
yeah,
too.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Well,
seems like they're next week, go next week, go next week.
mm,
Like they're playing games up there. So
yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
yeah, I think so too, man.
So yeah, I would say
Yep,
Falco, and then that's why those other guys were first. I would maybe put
yep,
Falco first, and then Brisket, and then Mac and
yeah,
Cheese Jones. So
yep,
only 9% rostered. So out there in
yeah. Wow.
91% of leagues.
Yeah, it must not be two quarterback leagues.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so man, I wish I would have just picked him up instead of playing Fields. I had the opportunity to drop Justin Fields and just pick up Mac. If I would have done that, I would have won. That one that I was showing
Yeah,
you where I had a chance until deep into the third quarter. Anyway, if I would have just dropped Fields and gone with Mac, and then if I would have taken your advice last week, Craig, which was to do the opposite of the Browns Jets, and then just gone with the Jets D, I would have got 20 from the Jets D and 30 something from Mac Jones, and I would have won that league,
that had done
matchup.
it, huh?
So
Yeah.
yeah, what can you do?
Yep. I could have taken my own advice too in
Yeah.
that one league.
Hmm.
I got scared though, with they trade off their run stopper and they trade off their best cornerback. It's kind of like,
Yep.
how's the rest of the team going to react to this? Well, pretty well,
They stepped up.
especially special teams. Yeah, they stepped up. So
Yeah, they sure did.
don't get scared. Don't play scared.
Hmm. Yep. So, all right. So that's it, I believe, for. Oh, we got one more. Yeah, JJ
Yeah, yeah,
McCarthy.
yeah,
And so out there in 56% of the leagues, he had a.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, I think I would take him against Chi-Town next week.
Yeah,
That
for
might be a
sure.
nice little matchup. It's in Minnesota. It's indoors. So,
Hmm.
that could be one of those high scoring games.
Yeah, he set a career game, 248 passing yards. That's the highest he's had in his NFL career, his young NFL career. Looks like he'd
Hmm.
been hovering around the 140, 150 mark, but he got 250 yards almost, and one touchdown. Plus, he likes to keep it rolling with his legs. He got um,
Yeah.
48 yards on the ground, so he gets you some yards that way too.
Yep. Yep. He's learning.
Yep. All right. So let's move on to running backs, brother. And so
Yeah.
this guy, I'm really not too excited about this pick. I just, I mean, he had 3 fantasy points, 3.9. The only reason why I wrote this down is because the other guy, Chris or something Rodriguez, went
Yeah,
down.
Rodriguez.
And so that narrows the 3-man backfield down to a 2-man backfield. It's him and Bill, and so they've got Miami coming up, and so Miami, brother. I mean, a lot of teams have been running on Miami. This
Hmm.
season, I think they've just been really giving when it comes to the run game, and so if him and Bill could, make things work. Anyway, desperation flex might get you 15 to 17 in a pinch,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. I am not excited about that Washington backfield. I don't care who's back there, man. They just
Yeah,
Yeah, he seems to have more vision. He seems to have more promise. They should be playing him a lot more, and get Bill out of there because
yeah,
Bill has no vision. He just runs up to the back of the line and just stalls out
right.
every single play, man. Like,
Hmm.
don't try and have that guy in your roster and root for him. He will let you down so hard.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I wish they would just commit to him
Hmm.
and let him go. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I think the coach for the Commanders or Redskins, I think he decided to take over the defensive play calling. I'm not sure about offensive play calling, but I read today that he took over the defensive play calling. So I
Yeah,
don't know how that affects this, but anyway,
yeah,
yeah,
probably not much
yeah,
unless.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move on. All right,
Yep,
Trey Benson. So 61% roster, so he's out there almost 40% of leagues. He's
that's
coming
actually
back
pretty
from
high.
IR.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
People have been waiting on that.
yep, right around the corner, brother. So I think
Yeah,
this coming week might be the week. He's projected for 15 against San Fran. So if you've been stashing him, or if he's still out there in one of your leagues, scoop him up.
yeah, yeah. I got him stashed in one of them, man. So it's about time to throw him in. I think I kind of need him in that league too.
Yep, there you go. Well, hopefully this will be the week. All right, next
Yep.
up, Woody Marks.
Woody.
He had a bum game against Denver, which I'll give him a
Yep.
pass. Most teams have a hard time with the Denver run D, but he's other than that been looking pretty decent. Two 16-point games. A dozen before that. So he's got Tennessee coming up. Tennessee's been another one you can run on. So
Yeah, that's for sure, man. I think it's getting to the point in the season where they need to see what they got with him.
yep.
Make a decision on whether they try and extend Chubb at all or do anything different. So,
Hmm.
I think he'll probably get more touches. I mean, look what he does when he gets more touches. Like he got 17 touches and scored 27 points, and
Yeah.
got 14 touches, scored 16. So he's when he gets the touches, man, he's effective. And he finds the end zone. So let him cook, man. I mean, you're rolling with Davis Mills. Well, I guess you probably Stroud will be back next week. He just had a concussion, so. Um, He'll probably be back. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this one. I got him on a couple of my squads. I had to play him in one and had him on the bench in another. But um, you could do worse than Weedy Marks, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. With Tennessee coming up, I think that's a good opportunity for him to get rolling.
Yep.
63% or 65% roster, so out there in 35% of the leagues. So if he's out
Yeah,
there, scoop him up.
solid one. I'd use a waiver on him.
Yeah, agreed. All right, next up, B Rob. I know that you brought this to the table, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. It looks like they're trying to get him a little more involved. And
Mm,
if San Fran's thinking playoffs, if they think they've got a shot, and they're kind of trying to position for that, I mean, they're going to have to split some carries with Christian McCaffrey because he's been that whole offense.
oh yeah.
I mean, you just mentioned mac and cheese, but
Hmm.
um, with Kittle out, with Pearsall out, with Ayuk out, Purdy out, like everybody's been hurt. So
Hmm.
C-Mac's been carrying that offense, so he needs a little break, and I think they're starting to get Brian Robinson going. He's gave him some goal line touches. He's got a tutty in the last couple games here, so you definitely can do worse. I probably would, wait to see if you can snag him the day after waivers or something like that. But
Yeah.
um, you know, I'll take double digits out of my running back at this point in the year, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
That's for
been
sure.
yeah, and plus he's been very effective.
Hmm.
I guess 5 carries for 53, so he's getting 10 yards a carry there, and against
Exactly.
the Giants, and so I think you're right as far as the good coaching staff wanting to limit C-Mac's usage because they don't want to run him into the ground during the regular season. They're going to want to save him for the playoffs because I think that
Yep.
they have a very good chance of winning the division and going on to the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle's looking pretty strong up there too, but
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I think they're still is San Fran in first place. They might be. So yeah, they're still hanging in there.
Yeah. Well, or the Rams. It might be the Rams, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point, man. That's a tough division.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
yeah, they gotta be in there for the fight at the end. So they're gonna need C-Mac.
Yes, for sure. And
Yeah.
then speaking of C-Mac, Brian Robinson is probably the most valuable handcuff in fantasy football.
Yes, I
You know.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned that Charbonneau
Hmm.
canine situation you got going on. Like rostering one of those on your bench isn't a bad idea, but yeah,
Hmm.
this is probably the best handcuff out there.
You agreed because I look
Yeah.
at the 49ers offense as a Ferrari, and so if you hop in, they give you the keys to the Ferrari, you're going to be able to hit top speed, hit that fifth gear, and just keep
Yep.
on rolling, brother. So
Yeah.
only available in let's see, 24% rosters. They're out there in almost 75% of the league, so he's widely
That's
available.
right.
Good
Yep.
one to pick up, and instead of having that fourth wide receiver, you know what I mean, or no, fourth string wide receiver four that you're never gonna play. Let's just say the bye
Yeah.
weeks are over. You got five wide receivers on your roster. Just drop that guy and pick this guy
Yeah.
up instead. Because he may become a lot more valuable than that wide receiver you're never going to play.
That's right.
All right, let's move on to wide receivers. Speaking of,
Speaking of wide receivers.
the Tez Johnson. I like this guy, brother. I think
Yeah.
he's very talented. He'll get you 2 touchdowns and 2 backflips a game. Is what he does. So, yeah, fun to watch. I like this guy.
Yeah.
He's great.
I agree, man. I agree. And I always like that Bucks offense. Like Baker spreads the ball around.
Hmm.
Nobody's out of the play with Baker throwing, especially when he kind of scrambles around too. So,
Yep.
him and Baker seem to have a pretty decent connection. I have no idea about Godwin. Like, is that guy coming back, or is he just going to be done? Did he retire? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either,
Um,
man. Yeah.
but Mike Evans is out for a while, so it's like the Igbuka and the Tez Johnson show.
Hmm. Yeah, this is their season, man. It's the rookies.
Yeah,
I think they,
yeah,
that's what they're down to, and they drafted some damn good rookies. I don't know why the Bills can't draft, rookies like these guys can, but yeah, these guys are
yeah, exactly.
awesome, very solid. So agreed, man. I think this, I mean, double-digit fantasy points in four of the last 5 games, and then the one against New Orleans was damn close to double digits.
Yeah,
So this guy, he's good, man. He's solid. I think he's
yep, I agree, man.
I think he's definitely
Four
worth.
touchdowns, man.
Yeah,
That's like twice as many as Dez has.
yeah, yeah. No kidding, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he's got 33% rostered, so he's out there. I think this guy might be a good one to even use a waiver pick on if you need to.
I agree. No, I agree. Absolutely.
All right, let's keep it rolling with Alec Pierce. And so, man, it's like, what does this guy got to do to get me to go ahead and pick him up and play him? I mean, he knocking at the door. He shows up for work. Week
Yeah, you
after
just turn
week.
the TV up and ignore him, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Week after week. Well, I guess it's the bye. That's what he's got to do. He's got to not play next week. That's
Yeah,
you know. But I'm 43% rostered. I mean, he shows up for work. Ready to work every Sunday. Gets you 15 to 18. I mean, he looks good. Looks really solid, brother.
yeah, man. I've been watching this guy all season. I've been calling him out here on this show a couple times. Like
Hmm.
he still is due for that two tutty game. He finally got in the end zone this last week. But look at the game before, man. 13 targets. He only caught 6 of them. They're probably pretty crappy passes, but
Yep.
like he does the most with his targets. And
Yep.
sometimes he only gets you 2 catches a game, but he put up 80 something yards and maybe get you a touchdown. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
but he's becoming more of a target hog than just 2 or 3 a game. So
Yeah.
he's starting to
Exactly.
get to maybe use that bye week to catch people sleeping.
Yes.
Maybe they don't want to use their waiver on him or whatever, or pick him up Wednesday morning.
Yeah, this guy could be a good, waiver wire leftover. It'd be a great one,
Yeah,
man. I like it. I'm
yeah,
seriously thinking about picking him up somewhere.
yeah.
Move on.
I agree, man. Go get him.
So you want a nailer?
Yeah, man. Yeah, like he really just kind of stood out to me this weekend. Obviously, he probably did to a lot of people. Kind of had a breakout game. I think that's the first
Hmm.
100-yard game he's had in his career. But
Right.
it just seems like JJ likes him, man. It seems like he's just trying to get him the ball. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if JJ's not trusting the Justin Jefferson where he's covered, but he's actually open because it's Justin Jefferson
Oh
type of
yeah.
thing.
Right.
And so he rolls off and he throws it to Naylor, who
Yeah.
actually is open because they got 2 people on Justin Jefferson and and maybe another 2 people on Addison. So
Right.
um, yeah, man, he's definitely getting some looks. This is again, I wouldn't use a waiver wire pick.
Mm.
You know, but I do think the Chicago game's gonna be pretty high scoring. So
Yep.
he might have another pretty decent game next week.
Agreed. Yeah, he's got only 1% roster, so he's out there in 99% of the leagues, and so wide open. Yeah, I agree. I don't think you're going to need to use a waiver wire priority pick on him. I think you'll be able to scoop him up on Wednesday morning if you need him somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. He's 1% rostered right now. He'll probably be 3% rostered in
Yep.
Wednesday morning.
Yeah, exactly. So looks good. All right, next up is this guy, Parker Washington, man.
Yeah.
He's another one, man, who's just looking good, getting the targets, 9 targets, 10 targets, 7 targets, 11 targets back in week 3, and so with BTJ hurt,
Hmm.
Hunter on IR, but by the law of attrition, he's the last man standing in the Jaguar wide receiver room, brother.
Yeah, and he's doing good with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good. He it looks like he brought in 3 of his 7 targets, and I bet you
Yep.
4 of those were uncatchable over his head or at his
Oh yeah,
feet.
yeah,
You
exactly. T.
know,
Law throwing it to him. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But he got a touchdown, so um,
punt return touchdown too.
no, nice,
Yep.
nice. That's right. Yeah, yeah, man, this is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
Agreed. I was scared off because I saw that Houston defense, and so I was like, It gave me some pause,
Mm,
so I didn't pull the
yeah,
trigger on it. But what's interesting though, Craig, is that game, ended up having like it was a 29-36 game. I think Vegas was looking at the over under of like 37 or something like that. I mean,
yeah.
shit. I mean, I guess the what was it the
Houston
Texans.
almost covered that.
Yeah, exactly by themselves. Yeah, they
Yeah,
they got 36 of that 37 and a half over under. So yeah, I mean,
that was a good game, man. That was
it,
one of those fun games you were talking about
yep, that was yeah,
this
and
weekend.
and that's what you see, on the Sunday morning, right there from
Hmm.
noon to 3. Anything can happen, brother. Any given Sunday. So this is the type
Yeah,
of that's where you want to score your fantasy points. So Parker Washington out there in
yeah,
41% of the leagues, so out there in more than half the leagues. This would be a good one to go scoop up if you can find him.
yep. I agree.
All right, next up is Ricky Pearsall. Is another one that
Yeah,
we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. So here we are.
yep, yep. That's the story of it, man. Looks like a lot of people are still hanging on to him. I'm one of them in
Hmm.
one of my leagues, but
Yep,
they keep on talking about him being pretty close.
right. Just like
They got
Birdie.
him. They got him projected. Yeah, they got him projected this week. So we'll
Okay.
see if this is it.
Yeah. That's why I scrolled down a bit on this one because let's see what he's got coming up. Arizona, the Cardinals, or is that you, Carolina? I don't know. Yeah, I think yeah,
Carolina, yeah,
Carolina, and then Cleveland. So
Clee. And then he's
yeah.
got a late bye. Wow, week
Hmm.
14 bye. Dang.
Yeah, it's not like he's had enough rest. Might as well give him another bye to kick back. Right.
You know what, man? I said it, but we literally are there. Like, I think he came back from getting shot faster
Hmm.
than this because
Yep.
this is 6 weeks coming up
Right.
on week 7 here. So
Yeah, I know. So
that's crazy, man.
yeah, well, you've been keeping the candle on for him, and I think
Yeah,
same
patiently waiting.
same thing for Mixon. I think you're still holding out hope for this guy, right? You've been
Man, I just need a ditch mix, and I don't know. I
yeah,
kind of want to wait and see, and then I just haven't had anybody to really throw in that IR spot and
yeah, I got you.
swap out. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, it
So
is what it is.
yeah, how I usually use that, Craig, is like if one of my players gets deemed out right before the game, I'll throw one of my regulars into that IR slot, and then I'll grab a defense, for the next week. Or if my kicker's on bye the following week, I'll grab a kicker, something like that. I'll just fill a need
Yeah,
for the following week. That is what I'll do. So,
yeah, I like that strategy.
yep,
You watch, man. I'm gonna have three defenses on
yep.
my bench this week.
There you go. Yeah, just get
Just
yourself all.
overdoing it,
That's
getting
it.
set up for the rest of the year.
That's it. Yeah, on a future episode, we'll talk about fantasy defenses or for the fantasy playoffs, and so I've got a few in mind
Yeah,
already, but I don't want to spill the beans quite yet. So,
nice, cool. I
all
like
right,
it.
let's move on to tight ends.
Love land.
Colston Loveland. I've been a little hesitant to put him. I don't know if maybe we did talk about him last week, but anyway, I wasn't sure if he was going to keep this going. After his 30-point game against Cincinnati, I was a little skeptical if this was going to keep rolling because Williams, Caleb, he spreads the ball around to so many people. You never really know where he's going to go, from given week to
Yeah.
week. But he did, very efficient. Caught
Yeah.
all of his catches for 55 yards, and so if you throw the ball to him, he's going to catch it. So
Yeah. I agree, man. I mean, with Komet out,
yep,
that's their receiving tight end right there. So,
that's it. Yeah,
you
and
know,
there's been some injuries. I think that the Gadsden guy, he got hurt
yeah,
for,
that sucks.
and then there was another injury too. I forget who it was, but anyway, I thought,
Kraft went out for the
yeah,
season, I
yeah,
think.
Kraft. But there was
Yeah,
Gadsden, and then one other one who's kind of a,
this weekend.
yeah. There was one other one that went out. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but anyway, if you need a tight end, this might be your guy.
Yeah, cool.
Let's talk about Schultz. Schultz has been looking nasty, man. Getting really good fantasy points, double digits in 4 of the last 5 games. I was a little worried about Mills being in there, but like I think
I was too.
you're the one who said it, Craig. That might actually be a benefit,
Yeah,
and you were spot on, brother. 11
yeah,
targets,
yeah,
caught 7 for 53 and a tutty.
yeah. He definitely was that safety net, man. So,
Hmm.
yeah, he's definitely a good. Well, Stroud will be back this week, but I mean, even with Stroud against Seattle, he had 10 targets, caught 9 of them. So,
Yep,
um, I think a lot of upside with this guy.
agreed. Yeah, because he even did well against Denver, who's got a pretty good defense, and I think that was
Hmm.
Stroud throwing to him there, 8 times. So
Yep.
yeah, he's clicking in this offense. So it'd be a good one for you.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to K. Dotton. Yeah, I know we called this a few weeks ago. I think that was back in
We
like week
did.
6 we called it, and sure enough, he's been delivering. Getting you the double-digit fantasy points. I mean, 12 targets from Baker, caught 9 of them for 82 yards, and so he's definitely seeing the looks, looking good.
Yeah. He's a familiar face out there running
Hmm.
routes. Whereas a lot of the familiar faces aren't out there. So,
Yep.
4 of the last five games, he's at double digits. And when we talked about him last time, I mean, we were talking about second half of the seasons when he really
Hmm.
came on.
Yeah.
He just started off flat this beginning of this year, and he's
Yeah.
certainly looking a lot better.
That's right. Yeah, looking good. So if you need a tight end, Cade's your guy. I like him
Yeah.
out there in 42% of the leagues. So over half the leagues, he's available.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about some defenses, brother. So we got New England has the Jets, and this is a Thursday
I
night
like
football
that.
game. We were just talking about
Oh
how
yeah.
these Thursday night games are flat.
Yep.
Fields looked horrible this past weekend. I think he only completed like 54 yards or something like that. Man, it was god awful. I don't even think he broke 100, and so yeah, I think that
Yep.
New England defense at home is gonna rage on the Jets. So
I agree, man.
yeah,
They're
it's gonna be
balling
good.
out. That's a
Yep.
great one.
Hmm. And then they got Cincy after that. So, and then the Giants. So we'll see. All
Yeah.
right. Next up is the Ravens D. So I picked up the Ravens D, and they had a really rough spell after LJ went out. Scoring negative points 3 weeks, three through
Yeah.
five, but they've turned it around ever since. They got 9 points in 6. 9 points in week 8, and now they've been getting into the double digits against Miami, Minnesota, and so they got Cleveland, the Jets, and then Cincy. We'll see. That's on Thanksgiving, so we'll see if Joe Burrow's back, or that may be a shy away game. But anyway, in the meantime,
Yeah.
Cleveland and the Jets, and that's why I picked them
Yeah.
up in um, our 10 yards league. So
I like it.
yep.
I like it.
All right. Next up is Atlanta. They've been looking pretty solid, man. A pretty good defense. They got that bend but don't break. I've been pretty impressed with them. They've been getting some sacks, getting some ints. Look at that, 7 sacks against Indy, 6 sacks the week before. Recovering the fumbles. They're not bad, and they've got Carolina, New Orleans, and the Jets. So they got themselves a pretty good, schedule, pretty soft schedule coming up. So
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. This is a good one, man. Like it's the sacks,
mhm.
like when you get 6, 7 sacks, a lot of times good things happen too. You pop that ball out, get a fumble recovery or a scoop and score.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, this next 3 games, this is another solid one.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can run with them for a little stretch. That way you got to set and forget for 3 weeks. Only 11% rostered. So if they're out there in one of your leagues, brother, I mean, I think this is a good one to target and
yeah,
stick with.
bring them in. I like it.
I might even use a waiver claim on them, so that way another team doesn't get them from me. So
Hmm.
good one.
Yeah,
All right. If you can't get them, then Houston. We just talked about Houston, and look how they've done all season. I mean, look at all these double-digit games, man. They've just been
oh
looking
yeah,
good.
man.
A
Golly,
really good
every one of
defense.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Against some pretty good
Wow.
teams too, man. Against the Rams, against Seattle. Look how they did against Seattle. 23
Dude, that's a
points.
set and forget. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah.
is like, remember how the Jaguars were a few years ago? That year they went to the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think they went to the Super Bowl. Or maybe they did. I don't know, but a few years ago. But they kind of remind me of that defense. I mean, just solid.
I agree.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
to make it
They're,
even sweeter, Tennessee coming up. So
yeah. I don't think they're available in any of my leagues.
no, they're 75% rostered. So they're out there in
Yeah.
a quarter of the leagues. That's why I put them on the list. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, they look good. Good. All right, next up is I put this kicker out there because he's available in 70, or I'm sorry, taken in 70%. So out there in 30%. But I think you
Yeah.
and I both picked him up because
Yep.
we have in the leagues we have Aubrey, and so yeah, he's pretty solid, man. He got us 15 points, this yesterday, and
Hmm.
other than that, if he didn't get you double digits, he'll at least get you 9. So he's got 9 in a bunch of them. Only really
Yeah.
had one bum game, the 5-point game against Tampa. But other than that, he's been pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this offense has been looking good. And so, that a lot of times brings along the kicker. So,
Yep.
um, you know, I like him. I'm just going to keep rolling with him, I think.
Yeah, because I was sitting
In
there
that
worried
league.
about that. I was looking at Aubrey and I see like a 4 and a 5 and stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just stick with this guy for a bit. I don't know. Not sure. I
Yeah.
haven't decided that. If I don't know if I
Yeah.
can sit Aubrey, but anyway, this guy's pretty good.
I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're right.
yeah, not quite there yet, but all right. Next up, Cam Little. Man, this kid is
Hmm.
balling, man. It looks like he just fell off a school bus. Look at that face.
I know. Seriously, he brings his lunchbox on the bus.
Yeah, he's got a thermos. He's like pouring milk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking, but he's got a leg, brother. Yeah, he 13
Yeah.
fantasy points, then before that 15 fantasy points, set that NFL record, 68-yard field goal. So it's exciting. I like him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man. Jacksonville's hanging in there. They're going on a little bit of a slide here, I think. They've lost 3 of the last 4, I think, but
Yep.
they just need to give this dude more chances.
That's it. I think.
Sometimes he finds himself in games where it's just you ain't kicking a field goal because they're down by 25 or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
exactly.
that.
So, but he's got some defenses that he could probably the Jags I think can hang around with the
Yeah.
Chargers, Cardinals, Tennessee. So the games that are coming up I think are ones that the Jags could stick around. They don't have they're not playing like the Bills or
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah.
all right, Santos.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I think that just the next handful of games here, Minnesota in the dome.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's gonna be kind of a high scoring game, a little back and forth. So
Yep.
I think he's got a chance to hit some double digits there. Sure would be nice to see a field goal game against the Steelers that next game too.
Hmm.
Him and Boss, just going
Oh
back and
yeah.
forth.
Oh yeah.
See who can kick the longest field goal. That'd be great.
Hmm.
Um,
That's it. Battle
yeah,
of legs. I would love to see it, man. Him and Boss just going back and forth. Who can kick the longest field goal? Let's go.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, Decent one here. I can see this guy going on a run. Just kind of,
Yeah. Yeah. Not a bad pick.
yeah,
I
could
like
be
it.
reaching. I'd probably go with the other 3 guys first, but he's worth a shot.
Agreed. Agreed, brother. All right. I think that's it for our
That's all we
fantasy
got.
picks. Yes, sir. That is it.
All right.
We got through the list, and so um, let's see. We've got Thursday night football coming up. Like we said, I think it's the Jets and New England, and that's a divisional rival game. So I think that's going to be another
Yeah.
one that you probably, if you got the choice between some of your starters on those teams, at least on the offenses, I mean, the wheels up on playing the defense. But as far as some of the starters, those are ones you might want to keep on the bench and
Yeah,
look to some of your Sunday guys. And I think we have another game? Is this one's in Spain, right? The next one is that this coming
yeah,
Sunday morning?
it is.
Okay,
And I want to say it's the Commanders and somebody,
okay, yep.
another team.
Another team.
Um,
Garbage.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Cool. Okay.
cool.
So yeah,
All
and
right,
then
brother.
yep, and then so good luck with your
You
waiver wire
too.
pickups tomorrow night, and we will be back at you next Monday night after Monday Night Football for Trust Me Bro Fantasy Football.
All right, brother. Good luck out there on the waiver wire. See ya.
All right, my man. Peace.